Testified already in this trial, did you also participate in this investigation by receiving video footage from poll cameras, specifically plate reader cameras in Milwaukee?
Yes.
Did that consist of images as well as video?
Yes. I believe there were 2 license plate reads from Milwaukee Police Department, and then there was also a poll camera video.
I have on the screen Exhibit 211. Do you recognize this?
Yes,
Is this a poll camera?
it is.
And where is it from?
This is the poll camera that is at the intersection of West McKinley and North 4th Street.
Move 211 in.
Any objection?
No.
211's received.
I'm also going to show you Exhibits 488 and 489. Do you recognize those 2 images?
Could I have the numbers one more time, please?
488 and 489.
Thank you.
Yep. Exhibit number 488 is a license plate read from Fond du Lac Avenue, also known as State Highway 145. It's listed as 145 off-ramp median camera or camera A2. This camera faces east on Fond du Lac Avenue or State Highway 145.
And how about 489?
Exhibit number 489 is another license plate reader image. This one is titled 24324 left right, 1 left right, LPR camera _ right.
And on 488 and 489, who are those plate reader cameras? Whose license plate are they depicting?
This license plate is ASP 1171. That is the Honda Civic registered to Sade Robinson.
Okay, I'd move 488 and 489 into evidence.
Any objection?
1 minute, please. No objection.
I received.
Now, you had contacted the Milwaukee Police Department to obtain this video and then those 2 images, correct?
They were provided to me by the Milwaukee Police Department.
Why were you interested in these? Excuse me.
Obviously, we wanted to know where Sade's vehicle had been during the investigation.
Were you aware that the city had cameras that were capable of capturing license plate images?
Yes.
And so did you make a request for this?
I don't know if I specifically made the request, but it was provided to me by Milwaukee Police Department.
And I'm going to pull up one of the plate images that's in front of you. Is this 489?
Yes, this is exhibit number 489.
And this is a plate reader image, right?
Yes.
Are you aware of where this location is?
This is the 1000 block of North Water Street, which is approximately 1/2 block south of Water and Juneau.
Which is what bar is at the corner of Water and Juneau?
Duke's on Water.
And it's date and time stamped what?
It is date and time stamped April 1st, 2024, 7:38:43 p.m.
Are you aware of where Sade Robinson was at that time?
Based on records and the investigation, yes.
Was she at Duke's?
Yes.
Okay. Her car was parked on Water Street?
Yes.
And this would be, in the lower left here, what is that?
That is the image of the license plate read.
That license plate read, is that the yellow square that I'm circling here?
Yes.
Okay. 488, I'm going to bring up next. This is another license plate read capturing on the lower left whose license plate?
Sade Robinson, or ASP 1171, the vehicle that is registered to her.
So as we're looking at these, is it that the picture of the plate in the corner is from the image that's in the middle that I'm circling?
That's my understanding, yes.
Okay, that's how the plate cameras work, basically.
Yes.
How is it that you're able to tell where this was beyond just looking at the image itself?
On the top, in the top left corner of the image here, it states the location.
And are you familiar with where this location is?
Yes.
I'm gonna bring up 443 here. Let me zoom out. Can you indicate on this map approximately where that image was taken?
May I step off the?
As long as you use the microphone, yes.
This license plate reader camera, I believe, is on State Highway 145 or Fond du Lac Avenue, approximately here. So between North 8th Street and North 9th Street.
What is this thoroughfare that I'm going over with my cursor here?
Interstate 43.
Is there an exit from Interstate 43 onto 145 there?
There is.
Okay. Zoom out here. And then why don't you tell us where that video, I haven't played it yet, but I had the clip up. Where's that video gonna be from?
That video is from West McKinley Avenue at North 4th Street.
Pulling up the image again of the plate reader. So when is her license plate captured on this plate reader camera according to this image?
This image shows April 2nd, 2024 at 1:02:30 a.m.
So at 1:02:30 a.m., according to this image, her car is going in what direction down McKinley?
It would be eastbound on McKinley.
Point that out on the map, please.
From the west to the east.
Consistent with having gotten off on that exit?
Correct.
Now, did you do any independent analysis or investigation, if you will, to try to figure out if this timestamp on this image is accurate?
I did review other data sources and
What-
compared them to this image.
And were you
Or
able
the
to,
timestamp on this image?
were you able to determine whether this timestamp was accurate or off by any amount?
I would believe it to be fast or ahead of real time.
By how much?
Approximately 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
Tell the jury what you did in order to figure out that this timestamp is off approximately 3 minutes, 20 seconds.
I again reviewed the Verizon cellular records that I had previously received via exigency or search warrant. There were cellular records in the area of Interstate 43 and the West Fond du Lac or 145 off-ramp just before 11:59 or 12:59 a.m.
Whose records were you reviewing?
Sade Robinson's records or the Verizon records.
And how about the Life 360 records? Did you look at those too?
Yes, there was a Life 360 data point just east of the freeway shortly after 11 or 12:59 a.m.
Would it be fair to say that you're basing that calculation about the time on an assumption that the phone, Sade's phone, is within this car?
Yes,
Okay. Traveling with the car, if you will.
yes,
All right, so as I see it, you have this being just before 1 o'clock a.m., 12:59 and some seconds on April 2nd.
yes,
The video clip I have up here, is this going to capture the vehicle driving?
yes.
Is this video clip from before or after the image that is on the screen, 489?
This would be after. It is further east on West McKinley Avenue.
And briefly before I play it, just tell us where that image is versus the video again and what we're going to see.
The license plate reader camera, again, located approximately here on State Highway 145 or West Fond du Lac Avenue, east of Interstate 43. And the video is West McKinley Avenue at North 4th Street.
And what direction is the vehicle traveling?
Vehicle is traveling eastbound.
Can you just do it with your finger on the map?
From the west to the east.
Thank you. Playing the video clip. It's 21 seconds long. I'll back it up to the beginning. Paused at is that the vehicle there?
Yes.
As the vehicle enters the frame, are you able to notice anything about the windows?
It appears the windows have a lighter tone to them.
Okay. I have nothing else.
Cross.
So you can't actually see in any of the windows, right?
That is correct.
To see in any of the videos you watched, right?
Correct.
And the poll cams, they're all over the city, not just these locations you've testified to, right?
That is correct.
A lot of the major roads actually have the poll cams up and down them.
It's my understanding, yes.
Or the Elpers reader system that you've testified to, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's all.
Anything else, State?
No, thank you.
Thank you, Detective. State, your next witness.
Detective Spittlemeister.
This is Vandertine. That's Vandertine.
Oh, I'll take him.
Oh.
Thank you.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
If you could please be seated, state and spell your name for the record.
Nathan Spittlemeister, Nathan Spittlemeister.
Good morning, Detective. We had previously discussed other topics, some related to video recovery near Waramont Park, right?
Correct.
Did you also assist in trying to find video that captured Sade Robinson's car driving after departing from Maxwell Anderson's house?
I did.
And did that search lead you to the Lower East Side of Milwaukee?
It did.
Were you able to find video of her car?
Yes.
And where?
Lakefront Brewery.
I have 443 up on the screen right now. It's a map. What brought you to, well, first of all, can you identify on this map approximately the location of the Lakefront Brewery? Please use the microphone that's on the ground or on the desk there. Isn't there a handheld one?
I see it now.
Oh, gotta turn it on.
Yes, it's on North Commerce Street and would be in about this area.
What drew you to looking for video in that area?
I was aware that the Sade Robinson's vehicle traveled past her apartment at approximately 1:05 a.m.
And in doing, her apartment is where in relation to Lakefront Brewery?
directly south.
And based on what information did you have, why did you know that? How did you know that?
Based on the Life 360 data.
That would be going up North Commerce Street here?
Correct.
Okay. I'm gonna pull up Exhibit 212 on the screen. What is this?
This is a view from one of the cameras on Lakefront Brewery. This is the west side of Lakefront Brewery, and it faces southwest. This street right here is Commerce Street.
Faces northwest, right?
I believe southwest.
Okay. This is Commerce Street where my mouse is,
Correct.
and Miss Robinson's apartment is where?
Directly to the south.
Okay. I'm gonna, oh, sorry, move this video to 11. So there's a timestamp up here, right?
Correct.
Okay, is that timestamp accurate or wrong?
It is 2 hours slow.
Gonna advance the video to 16 minutes.
What's this number?
This is a disc marked Exhibit 212, and I would move it in.
Any objection? No. Thank you. It's received.
All right, I have it queued up to 16 minutes, 3 seconds on the video player. We're looking at what time on the screen?
We are looking at 11:06 a.m., or 11:06 p.m. according to this timestamp, but it is 2 hours slow, so adjusted, that would be at 1:06 in the morning.
Was this consistent with the time that the Life 360 information you just discussed showed her car going by that area?
Yes.
Playing at 16 minutes, 3 seconds. Tell us when you see her car.
Her vehicle is entering now, and it is traveling north.
Can you notice anything about the windows?
As the vehicle passes the camera, you can see that the windows are fogged.
I'll back it up and play it again, playing from 1619. Pausing at 1630, and it's off camera. The timestamp on the video, or on the screen, is 11:06:42 p.m., but that would be what time?
That would be 1:06 a.m.
And if you could just, with your finger, trace the route that you just saw the vehicle driving.
Coming from the south and then traveling north up Commerce Street.
If you were to go to the Riverwest neighborhood, traveling that direction, what would be the logical place to go?
North.
All right, and on to what street?
Probably Humboldt,
Where's Humboldt?
right here.
All right, so why don't you trace the route from Commerce into Riverwest there?
From starting in this area and up Commerce Street to about Humboldt.
And then Humboldt north?
Correct.
Nothing further.
Cross?
Sade Robinson lived on Commerce Street.
Correct.
Her Honda Civic drives directly past her residence.
Correct.
And you did an investigation in this case and looked into the history of it, right?
I did.
And you can have a seat if you'd like. You can't tell who's driving that car,
That's correct.
but it leaves Maxwell's home and it goes directly past her apartment building.
That's correct.
Okay. Now, on May 3rd, on that date, you reviewed video footage that was recovered by the Milwaukee Police Department from a residence located at 3166 South 39th Street.
I reviewed multiple videos by MPD. I can't tell you exactly which ones.
I'm gonna show him this report. I'm showing you a police report. If you could review it and tell me whether that refreshes your recollection.
It does.
Okay, so on May 3rd, what did you do?
Reviewed that video footage, and it showed that the vehicle had fogged up windows.
Let's just back up for 1 sec, okay? So I'm showing you a report. Are you the author of this report?
I am.
Okay, your name is at the bottom.
Correct.
And this, on May 3rd, did you review video footage that was recovered by the Milwaukee Police Department for 3166 South 39th Street?
Yes.
Okay, do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay. And that video footage was video footage that filmed from a camera at, across the street from 3161 South 39th, correct?
Correct.
And that footage captured the side of 3161 South 39th Street, including the fence line and the southwest fence.
Yes.
And the video footage was initially reviewed by the Milwaukee Police Department homicide detectives and showed a subject walking through the fence gate on April 1st and 2nd.
Correct.
And the reason why you reviewed the footage on May 3rd was because Detective Donner requested a comparative height analysis.
Correct.
And because she made that request, you reviewed the footage and uploaded it to a database.
Correct.
And then you had full access to all the clips, right?
Correct.
And then you picked out a number of the clips from that footage, and you provided a digital copy of those video files to Detective Kayla Bierke,
Correct.
so that they could be uploaded to the State of Wisconsin Crime Lab,
Correct.
right here in Milwaukee.
Yes.
You put them into the share, it's called a share file system, right?
I believe myself or Detective Bierke did that.
Thank you, that's all.
State anything?
No?
Okay, thank you. State your next witness. Oh, actually, how are we doing? Anybody need a break? Okay, we need a break. So we're going to take our morning break at this time. Please leave your notebooks on your seat.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
If you could please be seated, state and spell your name for the record.
First name is Kent, K-E-N-T. Last name is Gordon, G-O-R-D-O-N.
Are you a detective with the City of Milwaukee's homicide unit?
Yes, I am.
Did you participate in April 2024, in a video canvass around the City of Milwaukee looking for video of Sade Robinson's car?
Yes.
What area did you focus on searching?
The area that I focused on was in the 3300 block approximate area of Gordon Place.
I have a map, Exhibit 443, next to you, showing part of the Lower East Side here. Can you tell us where that is?
It's going to be in the Riverwest neighborhood.
So let's start here. This is Commerce and Humboldt.
Yep.
See that?
Yes.
Okay, where my mouse is. So which way? North?
North, yeah, and then it's going to be continue north. And then right there by that Pleasant Valley Park, that little area,
Where I'm
just east of Humboldt.
All right. And Dowsman, you actually see Dowsman Street right here, correct?
Yes.
Why were you searching in that area?
That was the location that the sheriffs had given us as one of the points where they knew that they had tracked her, Sade Robinson, to.
Were you the only person searching for video in that area, or were there a number of you trying to find video?
There were a number of people trying to find video over there.
All right. I'm going to show you Exhibit 226. It's a disc. Do you recognize what you're looking at on the screen here?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
This is video that I had recovered from the location of 3361 North Dousman Street.
Move 226 in.
Any objection?
No.
It's received.
And how is it that you received this video?
So I ended up receiving a phone call from an officer at District 5 on April 13th, and she informed me that there was a woman in the neighborhood over here at 3361 North Dousman that had video that she wanted to try to pass along to us. She was aware that officers had been canvassing the area, so she was trying to reach out to somebody to get this video too.
How extensive was this video canvas?
Quite extensive. It was all around the area. It was, people went up and down Dousman, they went up and down Gordon Place. To the south is Concordia, they searched over there. Just north of that is Townsend, they went up and down Townsend. And then continuing all around the area, my partner and I personally went up and down Humboldt as well.
Focusing on the area near Pleasant Valley Park?
Yes.
And was this the only video that you could find that captured what appeared to be Sade's Honda Civic?
Me personally, yes.
I'm gonna play the first clip. It's labeled clip April 2, 2024 at 1:34 a.m. And is that the time that this clip's depicting?
Yes.
What are we gonna see, just so we know where to look? And if you
So-
have to get up and use the handheld microphone, I encourage you to do so.
Okay. So off to the left is going to be to the north. The cross street there is going to be Townsend. And then what we're looking at right now is we're looking to the east, and we're looking at the 3300 block of Dousman. A vehicle is going to be traveling southbound on Dousman. It'll pause briefly in front of this residence, and then it'll continue south on Dousman towards Concordia.
Where would the river be in relation to this camera?
The river is further east, so the next block over to the east is going to be Gordon Place. Down south of here, like I said, is Concordia. Concordia ends up connecting to Gordon Place. Gordon Place is kind of a U-shaped street that connects to Townsend to the north, and then Concordia to the south. And then where Gordon Place connects with Concordia is an actual access point for Pleasant Valley Park. There's a trail that leads down towards where the Milwaukee River is, which is over to the east of there.
Would that be this dotted line here?
Yes, that's correct.
Were there efforts to search, to your knowledge, up and down Pleasant Valley Park?
Yes, to my knowledge, there were. I was not personally a part of those, so.
All right. I'm going to play this clip. It's 21 seconds long. Tell us what we're seeing as you see it.
So you'll see the dark-colored sedan enter the frame here from the north, like I said. It'll pause here just momentarily, and then it'll continue to drive off. And then it'll eventually exit the frame as it continues southbound.
Can you see the unique taillights?
Yes.
All right. So as I play the clip again, the vehicle, does it actually come to a stop even?
Not really a complete stop. It just kind of pauses and then continues driving.
And this is at 1:34 in the morning.
Correct.
Next clip I'm going to play is titled Clip 2, April 2, 2024. And what time is this clip from?
This is going to be from 1:35 a.m., so just shortly after the first clip that we just saw. I believe the exact time on here was 1:35 and 35 seconds. That first clip was 1:34 and 5 seconds.
What do we see here?
So what we'll see here is looking up towards the north again. This is going to be at the intersection of Dousman and Townsend. It just captures a motion clip here briefly where the vehicle is going to be observed doing a U-turn at that intersection. It's initially going west, and you'll see it turn to the south and then angle towards the southeast, towards the home that's going to be on that southeast corner of Dousman and Townsend. So it looks like it's doing a U-turn to turn back around.
All right. Very, very brief clip, right?
Yeah.
I'll play it again. You want to use the handheld mic and point out what you're talking about? Because I know it's a little hard to see. I can
Sure.
zoom in as well.
Yep.
Do you see the car now?
Yes. So it'll be right up here, like I said, at the intersection of Townsend and Dousman, facing west initially.
I'll play it.
And then as you observe the headlights, you'll see them point towards us briefly, and then they continue to move back and then point towards the southeast. And you can see the reflection as it's pointing towards the house over there as well. So it's consistent with a vehicle that's doing a U-turn at that intersection to turn back around and go the other direction, which it came from.
What intersection is this, if you could point at the map?
They'll be right here, Townsend and Dousman.
I have nothing else.
Cross?
No.
Thank you. State your next witness.
Detective, I'm going to recall Detective Puschnig.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
If you can please be seated, restate, and respell your name for the record.
First name Jake, J-A-K-E. Last name is Puschnig, P-U-S-C-H-N-I-G.
Detective Puschnig, did you assist in an additional manner in this investigation by trying to locate poll camera from the route that Sade Robinson's car was believed to be traveling?
Yes.
Can you tell us where you tried to get poll camera footage from and why you chose that location, or why that location was of interest to you?
I was in communication with Special Agent FBI, George Reinhardt, who advised me that Sade Robinson's cell phone was in the area of 27th and Capitol at around 2:06 a.m. and later on, a couple minutes later, it was in that area too.
I have 443 up next to you. It's a map. I haven't touched it yet from the last witness, but I want you to tell us where Capitol is in relation to this. And if you need to get up and use the mic, please do so.
So, Capitol.
I think it's off. Sorry.
So Capitol is up. So this is Humboldt right here. Keefe is right there, so Capitol is northbound. This is looking northbound, so Capitol is northbound.
Where is it? Is it on the screen?
It is right there.
All right, this gray street going east-west here.
Yes.
I'm gonna zoom out slightly. And then where's 27th?
27th Street is going to be right there.
Okay. What time frame again were you interested in?
Around 2:06 a.m. and around 2:16 a.m.
I'm gonna pull up exhibit 227 here. It's a disc. You had prior knowledge that there's a poll camera on 27th and Capitol?
Yes,
Is that why you sought this particular camera footage out?
that is correct.
Pulling up the only video that's on exhibit 227. Let me get out of the zoom. Okay, detective, orient us, please.
So this is the pole cam on 27th and Capitol. If you look at the top right corner of the pole cam, that is the Clark gas station. If you're looking directly over here, that is going to be eastbound on Capitol. And if you look this direction is going to be southbound on Capitol.
On 27th.
Sorry, on 27th.
What time frame is this video from?
This time frame is from approximately 1:59 seconds to approximately 2:30 a.m.
Okay, so right before 2 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. on what date?
on the April 2nd.
Move 227 in.
Any objection?
No.
227 is received.
And what time were you of the belief that Sade's phone was putting her around this intersection?
Around 2:06 a.m. and around 2:16 a.m.
So that would be 6 minutes into this video?
That is correct.
again. I'll go 5 minutes, 30 seconds into the video. And when you reviewed this, did you in fact see what appears to be her vehicle at that time?
Yes, it's consistent with her vehicle.
Where are we going to want to be looking?
This, the first clip, you want to look eastbound, so the vehicle's going to be traveling westbound over in this general area,
Towards the camera.
towards the camera, yes.
Okay. Playing at 5 minutes, 30 seconds. You see it?
Yes.
Point it out, please.
It's this vehicle right there. That's all foggy.
What's all foggy?
The windshield.
Okay. I'll back it up 10 seconds. It's at 6:04, so I'm going to 5:54. It's off screen.
It's off screen now, yes.
Paused it at 6 minutes, 7 seconds. The way it was driving, it continued in what direction?
It continued westbound.
Did you, and then you became aware that the phone put her near this intersection at a different time, right?
Correct.
How long after this?
Approximately 10 minutes later.
I'm gonna cue this video up to 16 minutes and 35 seconds. Now what are we gonna see, Detective?
You are going to see the Honda Civic now traveling eastbound on Capitol, coming from this direction.
If you're going eastbound on Capitol Drive from 27th Street here, would you eventually hit a freeway?
Yes,
What freeway?
it would be I-43.
Playing at 16:35 to about 17:03. Tell us when you see it.
Right there.
All right?
And I know that that's a Honda Civic because it has the unique tail lights that look like a C and a backward C.
Paused at 16:50. I'll take it up to 17:03. It just continues east?
Yes,
Okay, let's back it up. At 16 minutes, 44 seconds, are you able to notice anything about the windows here? Let me zoom in first.
yes, they also look foggy.
Nothing else?
Cross?
Isn't it true that weather conditions contribute to foggy windows?
Yes,
Okay, that's all.
Anything else, State?
No, thank you.
Thank you. State your next witness.
Detective Todd Rosenstein?
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please be seated, state and spell your name for the record.
My name is Todd Rosenstein. That's TODDROSENSTEIN.
Good morning, are you a detective?
Yes, I am.
With who?
With Milwaukee County.
The sheriff's office?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been with the sheriff's office?
25 years.
Did you assist last April 2024, that is, in an attempt to recover or review video related to the disappearance of Sade Robinson.
Yes.
Did you review videos in the area of Interstate 94 near College Avenue as well as the airport?
Yes, I did.
And you were looking for what?
We were looking for Sade's vehicle to pass certain cameras or certain points.
And what time frame were you focused on in that part of town?
I believe the time frame we were looking for was like 2:38 a.m. on the 2nd, and then like between 2:30, 2:50-ish in the morning.
Why were those times of interest to you?
Because of cellular phone downloads and Life 360.
Phone records and Life 360?
Correct.
What about those records?
They were in the area at the time, those times in the morning.
So if I understand you correctly, it's that those records suggested her phone was in those areas, so you were trying to see if her car was there?
Correct.
I have 443 up on the map here. I'll zoom out. Do you recognize this, first of all?
Yes.
Okay. What are we looking at here?
It's a overview of where the airport is, south side of town, College Avenue, the freeway.
What am I circling here?
That's the Milwaukee airport.
And the street that I'm running my mouse along here?
That would be College Avenue.
So College Avenue is the street that borders the airport to the south?
It is.
Okay, and then what's this right here?
That would be Interstate 94, 4194, both north and southbound.
And if I zoom out from here, downtown Milwaukee is where?
Is where you're circling with your mouse.
Okay. So you were in this area or reviewing video from this area from around 2:30, after 2:30 a.m.?
Yes.
Before 3 a.m.?
Yes.
Were you aware of any times related to Sade's phone being at Waramont Park?
I believe I was told 2:30. I don't know about the times at Waramont Park, but looking at this was around 2:38.
Would that have been, to your knowledge, before or after being at Waramont?
Before.
On the way to Waramont?
Correct.
Okay. I have up on the screen, give me 1 second. This is gonna be exhibit 228, it's on a disc. What are we looking at? Do you know what this camera is?
It's the camera, the Wisconsin Traffic Operations Center camera at College Avenue.
And you're familiar with this camera operating system?
Yes,
Is it because the sheriff's office is responsible for patrolling the freeways?
that's exactly it.
Okay. What direction are we facing?
Right now, it's facing northwest, and it's indicated by the NW on the top of the screen.
And what time, date and time?
It is stopped at 2:10:04, and that's 4/2 of 2004, or 24.
So if I advance this video, let's go up to just prior to let's go to right around 2:38 a.m. if I can. Oh, I think I got it. All right, so this is queued up to 2:38 a.m. on April 2nd. Do you see that?
I do.
Is this the video you reviewed?
Yes.
I'd move 228 in.
Any objection?
No.
228's received.
And this ramp right here, what is that ramp?
That's going to be the southbound College Avenue off-ramp from 4194.
What are we gonna see?
We'll see a vehicle that is consistent with Sade Robinson's vehicle.
Exiting? Or
Exiting.
going on the freeway?
It'll be coming towards us, looking to the right is north, so it'll be coming from the right and moving towards the left off screen, or off frame.
So it would be exiting the freeway at College Avenue?
Correct.
All right, and it's in the distance, you can't tell from the video alone what kind of car it is, fair?
Fair.
Okay. Playing at 2:38:02. Do you see it?
I do.
Where?
On the off-ramp.
I paused it at 2:38:24. Is it where I'm circling here?
It is.
Does it appear and it goes off screen to be in sort of the leftmost lanes or the rightmost lanes as the car is traveling?
As it's traveling, it appears to be moving towards the leftmost lanes.
And did you review and yourself recover a video clip from College Avenue?
I did.
Where is that video?
It's going to be the eastbound College Avenue underneath the airport freeway. They have cameras underneath in the tunnel there.
Is that location depicted on the map I have up here?
It will be where it looks almost like a shaded blue box on College Avenue.
Right here where my mouse is?
Correct.
That's the shade? Okay. I have exhibit 229, that's a disc I'm gonna put in. And did you observe footage showing a vehicle consistent with Ms. Robinson's vehicle?
I did.
Was that video footage from before or after that vehicle exits on College that we just watched?
It was after.
Do you know by approximately how much?
4 to 6 minutes-ish.
I'm going to bring up on exhibit 229. There's two video clips. I'm gonna start with the one that has East in the title. Very blurry video, right?
It is.
All right. Is this the video showing the tunnel?
It is showing the tunnel, correct.
And can you orient us a little bit? What direction are we looking at?
So you're looking at the eastbound lanes of College Avenue, so being going east through the tunnel, and the camera is slightly faced west on the east end of the tunnel.
So the traffic that we're gonna see on this camera is going to or away from the lake?
It's going to the lake.
Playing it at 5 minutes, 50 seconds, and I want you to tell us when you see what was of significance to you. What do we have there?
It's a white SUV, or a white vehicle moving through in lane number 1.
Not Miss Robinson's car?
No.
Okay. What do we see here?
A vehicle consistent with Miss Robinson's vehicle, passing eastbound through the tunnel.
I've stopped it at 6:23. I'm gonna go to the camera footage that's, the video has the word center in it, and orient us related to the last video here.
So in relationship to the last video, this one's gonna be in the center of the tunnel. This one is affixed, so you're gonna see more of a rear view, and traffic's gonna be going from the left to the right. Also the eastbound lanes of College Avenue going towards the lake.
Playing at 6:50, or excuse me, 5:50.
That's the white SUV that came through on the other camera.
What are we seeing there?
A vehicle consistent with Ms. Robinson's vehicle.
Okay. Going east?
Correct.
And you said this, how long would this have been in relation to that car getting off at College Avenue?
I think it's approximately 4 to 6 minutes, depending on, like, once it leaves the screen at 2:38 on the other camera, be about 4 to 6 minutes to get here.
the way that that vehicle exited the camera frame eastbound, would that, pull up 443 here, zoom out a little bit. How would you get to Waramont Park once you're off that camera?
You would continue to go eastbound on College.
Can you actually use the mic and show us what the most logical route is? There's a handheld mic, I think, next to you. You can point it out on the screen.
So getting off the interstate, you'd be coming through here. This would be the tunnel. And then you'd continue to go eastbound on College and then come around onto the street right here, and then you can turn into Waramont Park.
And that street, it says right here, 32nd Division Memorial Highway.
Right.
And then where's Waramont Park?
It's going to be right here.
Nothing else.
Cross?
No.
Thank you.
Did I move 229 in? I think I did, but if I didn't, I would.
If you didn't, we don't object.
229 is received at this point. State your next witness.
Deputy Sexton, Maxwell Sexton.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
If you could please be seated, state and spell your name for the record.
Deputy Maxwell Sexton, Maxwell Sexton.
Are you a deputy with the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office?
I am.
How long have you worked in that capacity?
It'll be 9 years in August.
Did you participate in the investigation of the disappearance of Sade Robinson?
I did.
Was one of the roles you played in that investigation to look for video in a certain part of the county?
That's correct.
What part of the county?
Between College Avenue and on Lake Drive, all the way to about Botsford, all the way to Waramont Park.
I have Exhibit 443 on the screen next to you. Is the general area you're describing depicted on this?
It is.
Could you use that handheld mic and point out the areas that you were responsible for, well, not responsible for, but that you tried to get video from?
Okay. So College Avenue is right here. So we have College Avenue right here. So Lake Drive, we're looking. So this would be Lake Drive. So from College Avenue all the way to Waramont Park.
All right, and
So up
Lake
here.
Drive is also called something else, right?
Yep, 32, Highway 32.
The 32nd Division Memorial Highway?
Correct.
What kind of buildings or structures are along that stretch?
So there's houses there. There's Cudahy's Police Department's there, the office, the high school. There's churches, and yeah, a couple of residences as well. And a hospital.
Okay, and a hospital, okay.
Yes.
So this area of College Avenue, let's see, we're talking all the way over to the freeway, I-94, 43 there. Is it 43 or 41?
41.
Over College Avenue, over to the lake, and the area you just described, is that all in Milwaukee County?
It is.
Is that all in the city of Cudahy?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Correct.
What hospital is over there?
St. Luke's Southshore.
As you went up, that would be South Lake Drive, what blocks did you cover?
I believe it was from College to all the way to the park, but it was from South Shore. You see Henry all the way to Ramsey.
Did you notice any houses that had appeared to have cameras on them?
I don't recall any houses over there that had cameras on them. There was one house near Layton, but he wasn't there when I was.
Were you able, let me ask you this, were you able to get any video footage from any residences around that area?
Just one person, and the timestamp was off, so.
All right, and then was there anywhere else that you got video from?
St. Luke's,
Okay.
South Shore.
Was that the only video you retrieved that was of note to you?
Yes.
And what did that video depict in summary?
So the time frame that I was looking at was between 2:45 and 2:55. And what it depicts at 2:51, dark-colored sedan matching Miss Robinson's vehicle passing South Shore, heading from the south to the north towards Waramont Park.
Can you point out on the map exactly what you're talking about?
Yes. Okay, so can we zoom in a little bit?
Sure. So if you see where it says Aurora, St. Luke's, South Shore here,
There we go.
and College Avenue here?
So the cameras that South Shore has, it faces south and north. So it catches Henry Avenue here. You see a vehicle at 2:51 past Henry Avenue heading towards Watermont Park. And then you see that another camera that's facing going northbound passing Ramsey. So you know that vehicle went from Henry Avenue past Ramsey Avenue.
Okay, on Lake Drive.
Correct.
Not coming off of Henry, but coming up Lake Drive?
Correct.
Okay, so it wasn't driving on Henry.
It was not, didn't make a turn from Henry. It was coming from the south going north.
I'm gonna show you Exhibit 230. It is a disc. Let me pull it up here. I'm going to pull up the clip that begins with the title Exterior East Roof. Do you recognize this?
I do.
Is this the video you recovered from St. Luke's South Shore?
This is.
What are we looking at? What's the street here?
So this is, right here is Lake Drive. What you're looking at here is Lake Drive. This would be Henry Avenue.
And where would College Avenue be?
College Avenue would be more south, so it'd be that direction.
What's the date and time stamp on this?
April 2nd, 2024 at 2:51:24.
Move 230 in.
Any objection?
No.
230 is received.
I'm going to play this clip. It's 24 seconds long. And tell us what you noticed and if you could point it out as it's happening.
So you notice headlights coming into frame. So you see a vehicle that's that's heading northbound on Lake Drive.
I'll start it over since it skipped.
All right, and then you can see that it's a dark-colored four-door sedan.
Next clip is going to be exterior east south side. I'm going to play it from 6 minutes, 14 seconds.
So again, you see headlights starting to come into frame. That's why you know it's not coming from Henry Avenue, it's coming more south. Crosses Henry. And you can see it's another dark color. It's a dark colored sedan, as from the first video.
A vehicle getting to Waramont Park, what direction would it be traveling?
It would have to go north on Lake Drive from this view.
And what direction was that car going?
That car was going north.
In the direction of Waramont.
Correct.
Nothing else.
Cross?
No.
Thank you. State your next witness.
Detective Andrew Sullivan.
swear that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? If you can please be seated, restate and respell your name for the record.
Andrew Sullivan, AndrewSullivan.
All right, you had previously testified in this trial, correct?
Yes,
One of your roles in this investigation was to search for video near the area of Waramont Park, is that right?
correct.
And can you tell us what areas you searched and what timeframes you were searching for?
I was able to retrieve video from 4531 South Lake Drive from 4:35 in the morning of April 2nd.
I have 443, Exhibit 443 on the map, or on the screen next to you. Are you able to orient us as to where this video was recovered from that we're going to talk about?
It should be South Lake Drive and East Armour Avenue.
All right. So I have it up. You see where I'm circling Armour?
Yes,
All right. And is this Lake Drive where my mouse is now?
correct.
So this would be near what park?
Sheridan,
And then right to the south of Sheridan Park is what park?
Waramont.
And why were you looking around the area, or excuse me, around the time frame from 4:35 a.m.?
Through the course of the investigation, it was learned that Sade's cell phone data was in that area,
Going in what direction?
northbound on South Lake Drive,
So towards or away from Waramont Park?
away,
And to be clear, we're talking about what day?
April 2nd.
I have Exhibit 231, which is a flash drive in the computer right now.
235, you said?
231.
Oh, 231, thank you.
Do you know whether this date and time stamp on this was accurate?
The home surveillance footage was 23 minutes ahead of real time.
Okay. I'm gonna pull up camera one. The building that this is, what kind of building is it?
It's a single-family residence.
What are we looking at?
That would be the front of 4531 South Lake Drive. And then it faces eastbound, so it captures north and southbound traffic on South Lake Drive.
This street in front of the camera is Lake Drive?
Correct.
The person who lives at this address, he's got quite a bit of lawn art, right?
Correct.
Okay. Which direction would be towards Waramont Park? You can get up and use the microphone if you have to. There should be a handheld one there. I think it's off.
This way is going southbound, and then that should be going northbound.
So what are we gonna see here? You can have a seat.
You're gonna see a dark-colored sedan coming from the south, going north on Lake Drive.
I have the video queued up to 1 minute in. Can you tell us what the date and time stamp on the upper right corner reads?
It reads April 2nd, 2024, and then it says 4:58 and 33 seconds a.m.
But that's inaccurate?
Correct.
So what would be the real time that we're looking at?
It would be 4:35.
I lost the connection on one TV. While that's fixing, how did you figure that out, that the time was off?
I utilized my cell phone. I initially looked at the live stream video to see what the time was. I calculated it on my phone and observed it was 23 minutes ahead of real time. I also utilized my partner, Detective Matthew Vandertie's cell phone, and we were both able to figure out it was 23 minutes ahead of real time.
I'm gonna move 231 in.
Any objection?
No.
231's received.
And what are we gonna see, Detective?
You're gonna see a dark-colored van, sedan coming northbound on Lake Drive.
What was, did you think that that sedan belonged to someone in particular?
I believe that was the vehicle in question we were looking for.
Okay. Playing at 1 minute. Is that the vehicle there?
Correct.
And it's traveling in what direction related to Waramont?
Northbound,
Away from it?
away from, yes,
At what time?
4:35 a.m.
Nothing else.
Cross?
No.
Thank you. State your next witness.
Detective Joseph Blanchard.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
If you could please be seated, restate, and respell your name for the record.
Joseph Blanchard, Joseph, Blanchard, Blanchar.
Detective Blanchard, did you try to assist in tracking Sade Robinson's vehicle on video after it would have departed from Waramont Park?
I did.
And where, in what area did you go look for video?
On Howard Avenue, near the Cudahy Police Department.
Why? Why that time, or why that location?
For tracking the movements that the vehicle was taking, we tried to see where it went. I guess the furthest would have been west. Try to track its further movement.
Was there a particular reason you chose that location?
It was a government building. I know that they have cameras in that area, and the vehicle would have had to travel north. That would have been the closest area to the freeway, I believe.
What made you think the vehicle had come to this area, the area of the police department?
There's other videos that we were tracking that it was further, it kept getting further east and then going further west, so I decided to go to that location to see.
Was there phone information?
There also was phone information and GPS, things like that, as far as
Okay.
was tracking that course.
And what time were you looking for video from the St. Francis Police Department?
4:30-ish in the morning, I believe, this timestamp on the video I found was about 4:38 in the morning of the second.
Would this have been after the vehicle left Waramont Park?
Yes,
On what date again?
the morning of the second, April 2nd,
April 2nd.
yes.
Were you given access and did you review the St. Francis Police Department video?
I did.
Describe the video system if you can.
The video system was antiquated, it hasn't been updated in the way that it recorded its snapshots to the video, like normal video would be real time. You could see the numbers going up with time relative where you're looking. The video would only save a second or second and a half at a time. And the cataloging system that it had in its file system was very not precise. So we had to look through pieces at a time, basically 1 second videos for whatever, an hour, half an hour, 45 minutes, what we were looking at. So it wasn't it was video, but it was just coded differently, if I'm speaking in.
As a result of the condition of the video system, were you able to collect motion video, or did you just do something else?
I did something else.
Okay, did you decide to take screenshots?
I did. That was the clearest option for this video system.
I want you to look at 443 on the screen right now, and if you can stand up and let us know where the St. Francis Police Department is on this map in relation to Waramont Park. Okay. There's a microphone, a handheld one next to you that you could, nope, on the
There it is. Hello.
shelf, thank you.
Okay, so Waramont Park down here for the south end of what we're looking at. And to take the video that they were tracking is north from Waramont Park on the first available roadway here that goes all the way through, which is, looks like it's 32 marked on this map. And then it would have taken a westward direction here.
What street is that?
This is Howard Avenue,
And it's-
running east and west.
If you turn west on Howard from Lake Drive there, would you eventually hit a highway?
You would hit a highway, which would be 794.
And where is the police department?
Police department is somewhere in this area. There's like 3 government buildings kind of lined up.
Those are for the municipality of St. Francis?
Yes,
Okay. This is still Milwaukee County, right?
it is.
So those municipal buildings that you're referring to, those are between the highway and Lake Drive?
Yes, they are.
Did you, you can have a seat, thank you. Did you obtain a screenshot of what you believe to be Sade Robinson's vehicle?
I did.
I'll show you 232. Is this that screenshot?
It is.
Move 232 and ask to publish.
Any objection?
No.
It's received. Go ahead.
All right, this very grainy screenshot here, what are we looking at, Detective?
It is Sade Robinson's vehicle traveling westbound on Howard, approaching 794 at the west sort of side of the structure on the furthest camera angle.
Did you watch a number of cars pass by this camera on Howard Avenue?
I did.
And were you able to distinguish parts of those vehicles from other parts of this vehicle that made you think that this was Sade Robinson's?
Yes.
Size?
Size, particularly the way the headlights were projecting further down road as they're normally supposed to do, so you can see oncoming traffic and things like that, versus what we see here in this picture and other descriptors on the vehicle.
All right, and you, to be clear, you were able to watch this in a motion video format?
Yes, a rather short segmented things, but it was motion with it, yes.
And what time on April 2nd is this still frame from?
This is 4:38, and I believe 38 seconds on April 2nd.
4:38:38?
Yep.
Nothing else?
Cross?
No.
Thank you. State, you're next.
Recall Detective Donner.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
If you can please be seated, restate and respell your name for the record.
Detective Joanne, Joann, Donner, Donner.
All right, Detective Donner, you, at some point, you reviewed the bus video footage depicting Mr. Anderson, right?
I did,
How did he get on and pay for the bus?
with cash,
And how did he get the cash?
out of his wallet.
Okay. I'm going to show you 493.
I don't object to that exhibit.
Have the number one more time.
493.
It's admitted.
Is this an image from that bus video?
It is,
Move 493 and ask to publish it.
Already received and go right ahead.
Thank you. And obviously, you were almost instantly aware that when Mr. Anderson was arrested on April 4th, correct?
yes,
And you learned that his wallet had been recovered from him?
it was.
I'm showing you what's already in evidence is 453. Did you make an effort to discern whether the wallet, Exhibit 453, had similar characteristics to the one that he entered the bus wearing?
I did.
Why don't you tell the jury what you're talking about, and if you need, would you like to open the wallet? Okay. Do you want gloves?
Yes, please.
Okay, Detective, using Exhibit 493 here on the screen, as well as if you could show the jury what you were able to discover.
I first noted this small dark area, and I determined that it was a label that matches this wallet that was retrieved from Maxwell Anderson.
All right. What part in particular?
It's right here in the lower corner. It has the same one right here.
Okay, thank you. You can bag that back up. And while you're doing that, Detective, you've observed all the video footage from Duke's and Twisted Fisherman. Is that a fair statement?
It is.
Mr. Anderson's hair, is it different in those videos than it appears to be in Exhibit 493?
Yes.
How so?
His hair is down in this photo, whereas at Duke's and at Twisted Fisherman, he has it pulled back. Yes.
All right, and you've been in here the bulk of the day as we've discussed videos of the vehicle travel. Are you able to summarize for this jury the route of travel of the vehicle once it leaves Maxwell Anderson's home?
I am.
All right, I'm going to show you 490 and 491 and 492, which are maps. These all maps you printed off.
That is correct.
Okay, move 490 through 492 in.
It's fine.
Did you say, I thought you said 491 and 492, is it 490?
90, 91, and 92.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
They're received.
And if you can, Detective, I guess the easiest way to do this would be to have you draw on it, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Can the witness come and use the Elmo?
Sure.
All right.
Do you need a Sharpie?
I
Do you
have one.
Okay.
I have a black Sharpie and a red Sharpie, whatever might be better visually. Let's go red. I can do this.
For right now.
As you draw it, please explain.
So this is Mr. Anderson's residence right here. We can track her vehicle going east or west on Euclid, north on 43rd. Based on the records, we believe it went then down Forest Home to 35th Street. From there, they went north and presumably got on the freeway, since the next time that we see the vehicle, it's then exiting at McKinley. Sorry, it's just right up here. Oh, I'm sorry. So eastbound on 94, then north on 43, where it exits at 145 onto McKinley.
All right, I'm gonna stop you there. Just to be clear, we don't have video of the vehicle on I-94, right?
That is correct. It's just the most logical route.
Was that video beyond retention period when you figured this out?
That is correct.
Okay. There's an entrance from 35th Street onto Interstate 94, is there one?
There is.
And you indicated the next time after 35th Street that it's on vehicle video is where?
After it exits at 145,
Point to that, please.
that would be right here.
And is that where the license plate reader camera captures her plate?
That's correct.
All right, why don't you continue from there?
So after it exits 145, continues down downtown, up onto Commerce, which is where it passes Lakefront Brewery. presumably to Humboldt, because again, where it's seen next is up in this area, and that's that North Dousman.
Do you recall what time that Dousman video was?
Sorry, not off the top of my head.
Okay. The timestamp of the plate reader camera, do you remember which that one was?
Yes, approximately 1 a.m.
All right.
From this area, we believe that it then went up to Capitol, went west, where it was captured here.
What street is that?
That is Capitol and 27th Street. It then proceeds further to approximately just past, I believe it was the 145 Fond du Lac Avenue.
But we don't have, you didn't find video of that?
Correct.
What are you basing that on?
That's based off his cell phone records in Life 360.
Then where is it on video next?
It comes back going eastbound and captured again on 27th and Capitol.
After that?
From there, again, this is speculation, just using cell phone records in Life 360. According to those records, it travels along 43, going southbound through downtown Milwaukee. And I'm sorry, I don't have these connected up very well. So from downtown Milwaukee, and here it goes for a while going west, where it then stops and turns back around. We weren't able to determine exactly where the phone turned back around.
Were you able to get freeway video from those locations?
No, the freeway video was past the retention date.
Okay, then when's the next time we get it?
It goes back eastbound and then follows southbound 94, where it exits at College. And that's where we have that video right there. That was at approximately 2:38 a.m.
238?
Yes.
Okay, then what? When do we get it next on camera?
Then it goes eastbound till it gets to this location. That's where that airport tunnel is. And that's approximately 6 minutes later. From there, continues eastbound, making the turn to go north, where we then see the vehicle again on camera at St. Luke's in this area.
That was at what time?
2:51.
And from the way back last week, when we were looking at the videos from Waramont Park, what time does it enter Waramont Park?
I believe that was at 2:53, if I recall correctly.
All right.
Oops, I'm sorry, I turned too quick, right up there.
So where you drew that last circle, 251, and then Waramont, 253.
That's correct. right
Okay.
there.
From there, when is the next time we get the vehicle on camera after departing Waramont Park? And what time does it depart Waramont Park?
It's at 4:34, I believe it was. It then takes this route, where it is again spotted on camera on Layton and Armour.
That was the house with all the lawn stuff?
That is correct.
Okay.
Continues north up to Howard, where it then goes west. Here's the St. Francis video, and this is where we lost her phone. It died.
And the TV turned off right then as well, so.
Of course.
All right, it's back on. So based on the phone records, the last place you were able to track the phone to was approximately where?
794 and Howard Avenue.
And then are you aware of where Detective Braunreiter found the vehicle on North 27th Street and Wisconsin or Wells?
I am.
What time was that at?
That was approximately 10 minutes later.
I want to go back to one other map here. I've got 491 on the screen here. When the vehicle is on camera, it passing the plate reader here, and then it goes up Commerce Street, and you're aware that Miss Robinson's residence, her apartment building was on Commerce, right?
Yes,
Through your review of the videos, both from Lakefront Brewery as well as from her apartment, does her car ever stop back at her residence?
it does not.
And from your review of those Life 360 records, does it appear that she makes a stop on, that her phone makes a stop on Commerce Street?
No, it does not.
Nothing else?
Cross.
You would agree, good morning again.
Morning.
You would agree that some of this is based on assumptions that you're drawing, right?
Based on the cell phone records and the Life 360 routing.
But also based on some assumptions that you make, right?
Correct.
Like when you say, for example, we think it took this freeway, that's an assumption, right?
Again, based on the cell phone and Life 360 records.
Because you're trying to piece it together is what you're saying.
The Life 360 uses GPS and it's pretty accurate at dotting the route and it follows along those freeways.
Okay, well then, why didn't we just rely on that data? Why even bother and go pull camera footage?
Just to verify that her vehicle and her cell phone were together.
Got it. And when we say her vehicle, obviously you've sat through and watched all these tapes. We can't see who's driving her vehicle.
Correct.
So the car, when the Civic leaves Max's home, the Civic goes in a direct route to Sade's Commerce Street that she lives on. Fair to say?
Yes,
From point A to point B.
yes.
Is there any, was Sade's ID card found in Max's residence?
It was not.
Is there any, this was a first date, wasn't it?
Yes,
No evidence from anything you looked at that Max had ever been to her apartment?
correct,
Because there's footage from that apartment and interviews that were done of people who work there, right?
correct.
There's no evidence at all that Max had ever been there,
Yeah, none.
or even that he knew where she lived.
I don't have any evidence that he knew where she lived.
Okay. Now, the footage that was ordered pulled from buses, we saw video footage. Is it fair for, I'm sorry, strike that question. Is it fair for me to just call you a lead detective, right? We've
Correct.
sort of established that. When footage was pulled from the bus video of Max going south on 35th Street, right?
Correct.
Was any order put out by you to pull bus footage from earlier that morning heading up towards Lisbon Avenue?
On the same bus route?
Yes.
No,
Was any other Milwaukee County Transit footage obtained other than the one sequence of footage where we have Max going from Lisbon Avenue south on 35th Street? Did any other bus footage get pulled?
other than the footage that was on Lisbon, no.
And finally, we've mentioned this a little bit earlier today, you were the detective who instructed that a comparative height analysis be conducted in this case, right?
Yes,
For the video footage of the yard,
correct,
filming into Max's backyard.
correct.
And you're aware of that based on your order that be done, or your directive that be done, the state crime lab did in fact do that analysis.
No, they did not.
Okay, they didn't do that analysis?
No, they did not.
Should I mark this? Where are we at for exhibit? Celeste, can you tell me where we are at for an exhibit?
820. No problem.
I'm just showing you exhibit 820 and just ask if you've seen this before.
Yes, I have.
Okay, and that is, what is that?
It is a report from the crime lab regarding the video that was submitted.
And that's directed, sent to you? Or
Yes.
Danita Ball?
Right, in care of me. It comes to me.
Danita Ball being the head sheriff and you being a detective, obviously. And then would you agree with me that on Exhibit 820, this is a report from the State Crime Lab, correct?
Correct.
In that there's 4 video files and 1 JPEG file. The videos were copied and the analysis was completed.
Yes.
In that these, the footage is even from a Channel 5 with the descriptions of video that we had watched yesterday from 3166 39th Street, right?
Correct.
And the summary of conclusions is that there is a figure going through an open area, but one can't determine what or who this figure is. Would you agree with that?
Yes, that's correct.
That is the conclusion.
Yes, that's what it states.
So when you said that the analysis wasn't done, what you meant was they were not able to make any determinations, right?
No, the height analysis was not done.
Okay. Well, what type of analysis was that?
They attempted to clear up the video image a bit more, and they were not able to.
So in other words, the crime lab wasn't able to make the footage any clearer.
Correct.
They concluded that this is the crime lab concluded one can't determine what or who the figure is.
Correct.
Enhancements were made to the video, but it's still, despite those enhancements, no conclusion.
That's correct.
And because of that, they couldn't do a comparative height analysis.
No, they do not do height analysis.
Oh, so you asked them to do something they don't do.
Correct.
Does the FBI, why did you ask them to do something they don't do?
I didn't know that they didn't.
Did you seek FBI assistance for that?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I did not, obviously, you guys have the report. I did not get that information until late October, and that would not be enough turnaround time.
October 16th.
I actually didn't get that until, like, I think it was after October 21st is the date that it was reviewed and signed.
Yes, October 21st. And now we're out in June, or trial started in May.
Right, but initially, with the initial trial date, there was not enough turnaround time
And then when
for
the
that. And quite frankly, it slipped my mind to even consider sending it to a different lab to try to analyze.
That part slipped your mind.
Yes,
That
that's what I
part.
said.
Move Exhibit 820.
Any objection?
No.
820 is received.
I spoke for Ian.
No objection. So if there was a suggestion earlier that you didn't try to get the height analysis done, that would be incorrect, right?
That would be incorrect.
You tried to get that video footage from 3166 clarified, and they just couldn't do it.
Correct.
Okay. So you had indicated, I think, in your cross-examination that you were looking to see, the reason you didn't just rely on Life 360 and the phones is because you were looking to see if the vehicle and the cell phone were traveling together throughout Milwaukee County overnight that night, right?
That's correct.
And what did you find?
I found that it was.
Okay. And you had been asked of whether you had recovered evidence that Mr. Anderson was aware of Ms. Robinson's apartment, right?
Yes.
But you are aware that they were hanging out, talking at Twisted Fisherman and Duke's on Water all night, right?
Yes, they could have easily talked about it.
Nothing else.
Defense?
Sure, could have, would have, should have, but we don't know that they did.
Correct.
Okay, that's all. Because one of the people in those conversations is no longer with us, right?
Correct.
Nothing else.
Well, that's one reason. Another reason is there's no evidence that they talked about it.
Because she's dead, and I can't ask her.
Okay.
State?
Nothing.
Thank you, Detective Donner. State, do you have a quick witness?
I do, actually.
Awesome.
Brian Morgan.
If you wanna call back. Thank you.
Over here.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I swear.
If you can please be seated, state and spell your name for the record.
It's Detective Brian, B-R-I-A-N, Morgan, M-O-R-G-A-N.
You're a detective with the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office,
I am.
and how long have you worked in that capacity?
With the Sheriff's Office for 23 years and as an investigator for the better part of 14.
Last year, 2024, were you involved in attempting to obtain a DNA sample of a family member of Sade Robinson's?
I was.
And what was the purpose of trying to get that DNA sample?
There was a missing person that was entered into the system about the same time as human remains were found. And there was enough of a match where we thought it's potentially the same person. So we wanted to get familial DNA so we can compare for identification purposes.
Who did you get that DNA swab from?
From the victim's mother, Sheena Scarborough.
Can you spell it for the record?
I cannot.
Okay, I will. It's S-H-E-E-N-A S-C-A-R-B-R-O-U-G-H. I'm going to show you Exhibit 494. Is that the DNA swab that you obtained from Sade Robinson's mother?
It is.
Move 494 in.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Received.
Were you also involved in transporting swabs, DNA swabs obtained during autopsy from the various body parts recovered and examined by Dr. Decker to the Wisconsin State Crime Lab for DNA analysis?
I was.
Nothing else.
Ross? No. Thank you.
Thank you.
Another short one by chance?
No, I do not have another short one.
Okay, it's 11:50. It's probably a good time to break for lunch then. Okay, remember your admonitions. Keep that all in mind. Put this case out of your mind till you come back this afternoon. This afternoon, we can kick up at